Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Shelly comes in. That's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome. You already know what time it is. This is Just Cash, baby. We're here talking some WNBA action. Got a nice packed 4-game slate for us tonight. Joined, as always, with Good Kids Underrated. How are you, man?
Pretty good. Pretty hyped up, man. We got 4 games today. I'm ready to get to it. Yesterday it was kind of a kickback day. We only had a few plays, went small on them. Had a little success on the live stuff. Can't really complain about it. And now I'm excited here. Like I said, 4 games to go. We're up 48 units. We got 30 people in here already starting it out. So we're excited. ZB Miami is here. He said, let's get it. So yeah, man, all good. About to light this joint up too. Celebrate again like I do. And if I start talking too much, just smack me because that's what happens when I smoke. So let's go. Yeah. Tori's here too. What's up, Tori? Man, Tori been cashing out with the unders. First half unders. We'll talk about that in a second. Good to see you, bro. And yeah, man, let's get to it. I'm hyped.
Absolutely. Yeah, so just to recap last night, we ended with a draw. We went 1-1. Obviously, Aaliyah Edwards being a pretty easy play. Not too surprising to see Grinder be another late scratch, but she was, pretty straightforward back on her home turf and ended up clearing all the lines for us. So that was perfect. We probably could have pushed her up to a 2-unit play, to be fair. And, maybe in hindsight, the next time we'll get something like that, we will. But nonetheless, she came through for us. And then we did have that unfortunate bad beat with Plum at the end there. Kicking that out to the buzzer beater on Burrell was really unfortunate. It took a lot for her to get over that because we had 1 assist going into the second quarter. We were looking great. And then, I just knew as soon as Wheeler fouled them on what should have been the last possession, that extra stoppage there just allowed that to happen. So it is what it is. But, those things are going to happen. And at least I will say a lot of the stuff that we did talk about here on the show and in the chats in our Discord pretty much came through. We had a lot of good snipes with that. NECA obviously was a field favorite. Sabali performed quite well, I got to say. There was a little bit of talk for her unders, but she played a really good game. And then, everything else, Fam came through. Malanga ended up hitting her. Yeah. All of them. And, it's so funny, man, because you and I were just kind of laughing about this because the mental approach that a lot of people have for betting wise purposes or just how you find props it's very different. And for us, we've been hunting the under game pretty strong lately. So we knew yesterday was going to be an overs day. Like we knew that was going to be a thing. And it's so funny to see like how many sweeps everyone were posting yesterday. Everyone, was, this hit, all the overs hit. And like, okay, no surprise there. So we could have maybe played it a little different and we'll see how that works out next time we get a slate like that. But now we got some real defenses on the slate. So I'm curious to see how those overs are going to be looking after the fact tonight. But with that being said, we got a lot of plays, a lot of stuff to talk about. So before we hop into it, if you guys appreciate what we're doing here or made some money with us along the way, make sure to hit that like button down below. As always, the support helps the channel out a ton. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and be a part of the community. Come check out our Discord using, I believe it's WhOP as our pay service. Check it out. Running 7-day free trials. We got week long. We got a miss. We got month long. We got season long. All the options for you guys. trying to charge up something, and then the charger was like, we're going to knock that over.
Yes, sir. Hey, before you get to them, too, I just want to shout out the people in the chat real quick, and we can get to it. Fear Nothing's here. He said, what's up, fellas? What's up, bro? C-Dot's here. He said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord. Smash the hype button. If you guys don't know what the hype button is, it's basically a double, triple like button for us. So if you really appreciate us, what we're doing and stuff, and you want some money, when you hit the like button on your phone, the hype button should pop up afterwards. And if you hit that, it helps us even more. So appreciate it if you can do that. 3 times here with his good luck and his good vibes. He says, what's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Good luck. Good to see you, man. Khadijah Pierce is back. What's up? She says, just clocked out, smoking one now on the way home, locked in, time to cash. That's what's up. Appreciate you. And I'm going to smoke with you. And 3 times 3 Kings says, yo, 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 yo. And AJ says, sup. And we're on to it, E. Just wanted to get through the people that came in first and said hello. So hello back. Let's go. And here we go.
Hello. Appreciate the love and support as always, and love to hear it. Everyone making their way home from work, getting ready to relax and light it up. And, it's time. It's going to be game time here shortly. All right. With that being said, let's roll through it. We got first up Aaliyah Boston, looking at that was initially the 6.5 rebound line. We got it at a real great value. 0.75 at the time was really good, and I was quite surprised. We talked about this yesterday. Her rebound seeing so much juice for the under honestly didn't make any kind of sense, so hopefully you guys picked that up early. But it looks like she is 8.5 on most sites right now, so quite the bump. Prizepicks, I believe, still has her just at 8 flat, so not the worst value on there. You can't get the 7.5, for a Goblin, or I believe it's a 0.8, 0.87, 0.86. Bear with me for a second. But basically, most of the value pretty well lost. Oh, hold up, they changed it back. Hold on, this came back. This was definitely 0.67 not that long ago.
Hold up.
Okay, so we at least have this back on as still an option now. That's huge. That's super huge. I didn't think that they were going to do that. But, so, lost a little bit of value there. It is what it is. I love this line. We talk about Chicago every time they're on the slate. Give me a capable rebounder. Just no foul trouble. No fouls today. That's all. That's the only thing that we need to avoid. Love the rebounding spot. I mean, Chicago just continues to bleed rebounds, all 3 metrics, offensive, defensive, and just general rebound rating. Boston, love her. Now that she's fully healthy and uncapped on the minutes, we've seen her pushing up closer to 30 minutes per game in the competitive ones. Not too worried about, mostly worried about foul trouble on the other side. Cardoso has been formidable, but still her overall volume's been kind of held in check. And I think, back at the home turf here helps out a little bit for her, just, overall performance. Love the spot, though. Boston's looked solid, been able to hit this line for us a lot in the season already. So if you didn't catch the initial value, it is at least still her on Underdog. And if you want to play the normal line on Prizepicks, I don't mind it. I would say I would probably pivot over to her 5.5 defensive rebound line. That one I did still like quite a bit as an option. She's been hitting that for most of the season, and even when she was in, the limited minutes that she was playing to start the season out with, it's still something totally fine. I hate losing out on the offensive upside of it, but since coming back from her minutes restriction, she's looked really well with that and played against some really tough opponents, Washington, New York, and Atlanta. Those are no slouches there. So much easier matchup. I love Boston's rebounding anything today. I saw a little bit of chatter about her scoring upside, which I think is totally fine. She's just getting around that marker where her points are going to be a little bit on the higher side. But overall, I think she's a great play for us today. Love the rebounds. And low-key, I did like that double-double. They were offering a really good payout for that yesterday, too. So now with the bumps, might be a little bit worse, but still, we're going to roll with her. Any kind of rebound lines are live tonight.
Heck yes. These are one of those ones, man, where the bookies just popped up her average, and they said, here, 7.5, take it. We pushed it down a little bit because it's an over, and rebounds are kind of weird sometimes. So just to be a little safer, we put the 6.5 there, decent payout at the time. And man, she had 10 rebounds last game in 24 minutes. So even in foul trouble. So, I mean, and what did Angel have? 17, 18 rebounds in this matchup last game. So all we need is 7. I mean, I think we got it, man. I mean, again, it is betting. You never know. There's foul trouble. There's blowouts. There's injuries. So keep it at the 1 unit play, but it is a nice one.
Yeah, everyone's just putting up so many high numbers. I mean, honestly, I'll stand by the same way we attack it every time they're on the slate. If our player gets into foul trouble, just know that is what it is. But if they go out and just have their normal minutes, we should be fine. Even Angel, this last game, her ending on 17 doesn't shock me in the slightest. But that first quarter stint where Chicago had 4 turnovers during her first rotation and then she went to the bench, that cut out to even more opportunity that could have been there. That was 4 possessions that maybe she could have got, say, even just 1 or 2 rebounds off of. But still, I mean, this is just sky high potential for anybody that's a capable rebounder. And I know you and I were kind of talking about Billings, who I would say I still think is a strong consideration, just a little bit harder to trust the minutes. Looking at if Sophie Cunningham was out for today, that would help out some more just for her overall could be minutes, but still kind of rolling the dice in that aspect. But I wouldn't be shocked to see her have 4 or 5 rebounds today. And Clark, for that matter. I saw books kind of, are leaving her fairly low. Prizepicks at 4. That's quite appealing.
Yeah, Billings is interesting. It's like we know she'll get there if she gets the minutes. It's just about will she get the minutes. So with that one, my strategy was just watch Billings live, and if they give her minutes like they did the game before, I don't know if it was matchup or what it was, but we'll see. I mean, you can usually tell in the first half how they're going to play her and her rotations at the beginning. So if they leave her in for extra minutes and Sophie's out and her live rebounds are sitting there, might be a smacker too.
I think so. It's not a bad look in the slightest, but we love this matchup, so we're just going to keep riding with it and roll out with the rebounds.
Roll out.
All right. Roll out. That's right. Hey, again, still, if you guys, any questions, comments, all that good stuff, players of interest for tonight, tomorrow, what have you, throw them down in the comments and we'll get to them as quickly as possible. I think today we're going to roll through our plays just a little bit on the quicker side. That way we can open up the floor, because I would like to try and cut out at the top of the hour just to give us plenty of time to make sure if we're ready, any kind of late news and stuff. Also, we are looking out for Carla Lake news in the late night game. Need to find out if she is in fact going to be playing. I think she suits up, but she did take a bit of a hard fall this last game, so small chance they could sit them. But let's go to New York, or actually let's go to Atlanta in the New York travel matchup. We got Johannes. We were looking at her under 13.5 PA. I don't know if this is still available on most sites. Was not shocked in the slightest to see a few of them move first thing this morning. But this is a very difficult matchup, and I know looking at her season-long metrics, there's probably a fair amount of scare in there. She's had some games, and to be honest, New York's had a pretty easy matchup, man. You look at some of the teams they played. They played Portland 3 times. They played Phoenix twice, Toronto. The only real teams being Dallas, Dallas and Indiana. Like, that's the only real teams as they played so far. Oh, and Golden State. And so just looking at those games by comparison, where they played a real defense and how bad just her overall metrics were, terrible. I mean, we had, one assist, 0 points, 5 PA, and then 8 PA on one of her better games. This, not an easy matchup. We know Jordan Canada is going to be out there giving her hell. We've targeted a lot of these assist unders and 3-point scoring matchups. For her, she's just a spot-up shooter. She can drive to the basket a little bit, but mostly just a spot-up shooter. One thing that also we saw in this last game was she was not out there with the closing unit again, which I think is something that's pretty important. Her first half rotation's been fairly normal, and she's been productive, but the second half she takes a huge hit minutes-wise. And not seeing her out there with the closing squad, I think, is something that we could see in this matchup again. Atlanta's always been one of the best against 3-point shooting and assists for that matter. Her potential's staying fairly low overall. She is converting a few assists, but still, this last game was one of her better games with 8 potentials in an easier matchup, so no surprise there. We saw Stewie go off. But the games before that, we're only looking at 3 or 4 potentials at best, and now with the team getting more healthy, there's always that chance that, say, Satu, if she's going to start playing more minutes, somebody's going to lose out on minutes, whether that be her, whether that be SCA, one of these two guards is going to lose out on minutes. So that is bound to happen at some point or another. But we saw Johannes this last season too. In the one game that Sabrina sat for this matchup, they held her in check. Only had 7 points, really low, minutes, everything across the board. So I think everything honestly lines up here for this. It's on the road to in Atlanta, which makes me feel a lot better about it. Canada gonna make it very difficult for her, and now with her minutes trending back downwards, we've just seen the production kind of fall off a little bit more here and there. And if her threes aren't falling, her overall just numbers kind of look like this. So I love it, man. I think this is a great matchup for us. Wouldn't be surprised to see them also lean into more of just kind of a bigger lineup overall. Astier probably plays a few more minutes, and then we'll see Laney off the bench as well.
Yeah, bro. It's sneaky. It's sneaky. When you brought it up, it's something that I was looking at, and I was looking at her points for the game before, and it made me realize she's not. It made me watch the game even closer. She's not closing, and that's a big deal, especially in games like this when it's going to be a tight game, tough defense. If you look at her games where she did go over, she did really well at the beginning of the season. But like you said, man, the matchups were super easy. So she hasn't faced anyone and got close to this, even though her lines are low. I've seen people that I trust actually take her overs today, but I don't care. I trust the process. I trust what we've seen over the years, and I think we have a little more experience with WNBA than most. A lot of cappers jump in because WNBA is here now, but we've been doing it so long. We kind of have, we know her. We've watched her in other leagues, so I think we have a little advantage. Not saying it's going to hit for sure, but I do like this. I think we got a little bonus here, and I'm kind of surprised it went down. That means some people know about it, but yeah. I mean, if she's not going to close, bro, in this tight defense, she only does well against easy defenses. So I think it's a nice one.
Yeah, and really the sweat's just purely coming from the first half. So you see her first half metrics here. Also surprising, Books went 2 different directions. So her full game line bumped from 10.5 to 9.5, but her first half points bumped from 4.5 to 5.5. And I mean, I think it's pretty telling because her first half is really where she's doing the most damage. One of the best, I think, comparable matchups that we have is Indiana. I mean, Indiana's a spitting image of how Atlanta plays. And we saw in this game, I mean, she went out in the first half, put up 8 points, but still only ended the game in total with that 8 points. So the minutes right around the 25 marker. So that was a pretty generous game for her to be out there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the other thing I noticed, I just kind of realized, she had those really better games in the beginning of the year because there was no Febich. They like Febich in there for defense, I think, at the end of the game. So that's a big deal now. That's a really big deal. Yeah. And thinking about our closing lineup too, we know that JJ Stewie is going to be out there. I still think there is wiggle room for if Satu was to start playing more minutes, she could be out there. We've seen Laney out there. I mean, Phoebish, Astier. I mean, that's 7 different people that could be out there closing over her. And for this particular matchup, I really think for New York, they not necessarily abandon the 3-point game, but they feed it a lot more inside. We're going to have JJ coming off of a fully rested time off. Stewie looked phenomenal the last 2 games. Should have a really, really good on-court matchup, likely going up against Nas. But I think the wing players, it just makes the most sense for New York's game plan to draw up, go bigger, play Phoebish, Astier, and either Laney or Sably or whoever, somebody to match size on the other side, and then play more of a defensive strategy against Atlanta wing players and lean more into the offensive side for their bigs on the New York side of things.
Let's get it, man. I like it. It's a sneaky little play.
Man, I think it's a fun one, and it kind of goes along the same route for Astier too. So we can just kind of switch over to her and talk about this under assist play, which we'll probably have a few questions about Johannes. If you want to take the 9.5 points, I'm not too mad at it. I might honestly just take the 3 straight up because that's really where she's sweating us out from. But her fantasy, I think, is still totally fine. I believe it's at 19.5 if they didn't bump it again. The PRA was at 15.5. Anything lower than that, I might pass on because she does get a fair amount of just random rebounds. But SDA, same thing, just not playing over 30 minutes. Also a person that's just in flux with the rotation. Low volume shooter, so mostly just out there for defense. And I think her assist looking a little bit more sweet than what it actually is on the surface. 4.5 is extremely high. Not really sure why they had it at that marker. Oh, did she bump everywhere now?
Yeah. That 4.5 was a last night thing, but I mean, again, that's what the Discord is for, so you can get that early value. It's really a big deal. So we found that on offshore sites. I'm not sure if it was anywhere else. So,
well, it was on a couple of sites. Yeah, I mean, I know it was on Fanatics. Yeah, it was on Fanatics, a few offshore sites, and then maybe one other book had it. Okay. But I still don't mind the 4 flat on Prizepicks. I think that one's totally acceptable. We could end with the push. Just know that there's definitely a push factor to it. But still, for her, looking at her potentials, I mean, right around the 7. I mean, we had 7, 7, 6. At best, her best game was 14, but that was when, the matchup where the whole team was just shooting lights out from 3. But you look at, again, the matchups, the more difficult games that they've had. Golden State, she only had 5 potentials. Dallas, she only had 3 potentials. And then most recently, in a better performance, which I would say this is probably a better overall look for her, she had 7. So still, hey, if you go out, have 7 potentials and convert 5 of them, we'll live with that. It is what it is. But this matchup saying no, we've seen a lot of, I mean, my goodness, look at, I don't know if you can see all the red over here. Yeah, look at that. 33% hit rating on average for similar players in the same situation. They just don't give it up, man. I mean, on average, you're barely allowing 4 to begin with. So needing 5 is quite a stretch.
Yeah, dude. On a team like this with other capable playmakers, it's super high. It's like 3.5 is one thing. 4.5 is like you're almost the main. You're like a cloud type player, that you can rack up assists. But she's not really that player, especially in this matchup. Yeah, man, it's kind of silly.
Yeah, I would probably fade the 3.5 line, to be honest. But I know you also brought up her RA was 7.5. This also felt still a bit high. This isn't exactly the best rebounding matchup either for her. I think, she could have a small trade-off. Maybe she gets a few more rebounds, but the assists stay in check. This one, I think, honestly, is a great pivot if you were not able to get the 4.5 assist line, because yes, does she rebound a little bit? Sure. I mean, 3 is kind of a pretty good game for her. But this matchup, though, I mean, if they end up putting her on Canada, especially, she likes to work inside under the paint. So there will be help coverage as far as somebody else being nearby to take away rebounds from her, if you will. I think this one, honestly, is a totally fine play. Atlanta still, again, we're looking at a lot of red down here. They don't exactly allow too many rebounding opportunities to opposing guards either.
Yeah, man. And a lot of our plays are the same with this same under strategy, but especially on players that don't play huge minutes, because New York has so many good players. They rotate everybody, and she's not going to play more than 25 minutes. So the lucky stuff that might happen on players that play over 30 minutes is not going to happen with her. They got Gardner, they rotate in sometimes. They got Laney. They got a bunch of players. So she's a really good player. She does start, but 25 is about her cap. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, man. I think it's a totally fine look. And again, just at some point, Satu is going to start playing more minutes, and that's going to come at the cost of one or the other one of these guards. So any given night, too, we've seen her get into a splash of foul trouble. We got a couple 4 and 5 foul games, so it's nothing to be said that she could easily go out first half, say more so pick up 2 early fouls against Canada or Howard or Gray or whoever's driving to the basket, because they are very capable at doing that, and wouldn't shock me in the slightest. But I think it's a totally fine line, man. You look at some of the rebounding matchups that she had that really was able to kind of put her up and over. Phoenix, no surprise there. I mean, their offense has just been unbelievably terrible. Golden State, not too shocking, but they do shoot the most amount of threes in the league right now. So, her catching the long ball there doesn't surprise me either. The Washington one, a little bit more surprising. We've seen the small forward style guards have a little bit more success there. But still, man, I mean, if we're leaning so much on the assist not being able to get there like it has been, I like the RA under. I think that's a totally acceptable play.
Yeah, I'm with it. She could luck out, but we play the averages and put our money in the right spots for trying to get that 70% hit. Pretty much, that's what it feels like to me. So let's go, man. I mean, it is what it is. It's easy at this point. I shouldn't say that because betting gods want to smack you, but we are having those plays that do have those feelings. So, more often than not, they should come through.
Another look that I did like for her also was her under first half 8.5. Oh, did they bump this? Hold on real fast.
Fear Nothing just brought up
she was
the
at
PRA
9.5
also.
or 8.5.
Fear Nothing said PRA and Starfall got an interesting under fantasy. Oh, I can't wait to look at that one. Yeah,
I'm just looking real fast to see if she bumped. Okay, so she didn't bump, but yeah, I mean, look at her first half production really taking a hit with players coming back though. Her minutes also quite subjective. We've seen a couple games staying under that 13 marker. I mean, that's pretty high for a low volume shooter. She's really banking on that efficiency and picking up a little bit of RA along the way, but much different from the beginning of the season where her minutes were really heavy and the usage rating was a lot higher. I don't mind her, man. Honestly, I think the full game prop for her is totally fine too. A bit unfortunate she was able to squeak over against Indiana in that last game, but I think that one's totally fine as well. The first half one though did definitely catch my eye. That one's not bad.
Sounds good.
All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. I'm just trying to keep my eye out because I see random comments popping up about stuff as we talk about it. So hopefully we are answering those questions, but I promise you we are going to circle back to them for you guys. So hang tight. All right, we got Kelsey Mitchell looking at her under 2.5 3-point made. We picked that up last night and at a pretty good value. We got Chicago, who, although their offense has been pretty terrible, got to shout them out. They've been playing some really good defense. Maybe something will change offensively wise later on down the road, but at least right now we're looking at the same gist about it. Best thing that Chicago has going for them is their wing presence. Putting it on guards, at least as far as 3-point shooting. And there's a couple of different things that really piqued my interest in this under. Not only the matchup, but a lot of what we've seen them just allow in general for production over the last 15 guards that we've seen. The only players to get there was Courtney. She shot, I believe, 3 or 4 or 4 or 5 that game. Or 3 or 4 that game, sorry. Enrique popped off, and then we had 1 Mabry game in here. But everything else, I mean, you can see all the zeros, all the ones in here. Chicago just doesn't allow it. They funnel a lot more of their opposing offense into the paint, where they give up a little bit more production, mostly in that mid-range area, a little bit of free throw action here. So not a good matchup for her all in all. But looking at her, just how she's playing out this season, this was something that was kind of telling. And I think maybe she's just been working on developing more on the offseason. But she's shooting a career low 3-point attempts right now. And I don't think that's something that's just coincidental. I think it's a lot more by design, because you look at Indiana as a whole, they're the 3rd most 3-point shooting team in the league right now, usually hovering around the 2 to 3 spot, but still top 3 nonetheless. And that's with her shooting even less threes. So that's telling me the team just by default is taking a lot more 3-point attempts. I mean, you look at somebody like Boston, excluding this last game, her 3-point attempts have been very surprising this season. Would it surprise you if I told you her 3-point made prop is a goblin on Prizepicks right now?
Her 3-point made prop is a goblin. What? For 1.5?
No, for 0.5. Like them assuming that she is a baked in 3-point made. So yeah, I mean, even somebody like Boston is taking more 3-point attempts, and they're just not having to put near that much pressure on Kelsey to take that many threes. And I think that's working out wonderfully for her. And another thing too is she's just getting to the free throw line a lot more. I mean, you look at her free throw rating so far this season, it's a career high. We're looking at 4.8 on average and almost averaging 4 made a game. So for her, she's just really operating in that area already to begin with. And it's something yes, we're probably going to sweat out a couple of 3-point attempts here and there. Wouldn't shock me to see her even make 2 tonight. I'll say, let's just home court benefit of the doubt. But her needing 3 is a tall ask. Looking at the games that she was able to get there so far this season, the game script and matchup really, I think, puts a lot of pressure on it. So Washington, we saw great success there. Very difficult to score inside the paint against them. No surprise. The Sparks giving up a ton of three. Also extremely high-paced game. And also, these were beginning of the season stuff. We know Mitchell, that motor is going to calm down a little bit too. But then we hit this lull here where we had more opposing matchups and nothing that was really extraordinary. A lot 1, 2, 0, 2, 1, and then back to Atlanta, which that one was super unfortunate. I remember, dagger in my heart, she hit that live bet on us. But still, bro, if she goes out and goes 3 or 4 on the night, I'll live with that. That's just a bad beat. Stuff like that happens. The volume was exactly where we wanted it, and she hit that one extra.
100%.
But for her, on average, she's just not taking that many attempts. I mean, we're only looking at 5.6 total attempts a season. So let's just say on average 6 attempts. I mean, hey, if she goes over 50% from the field on that, it is what it is, and we'll just live with the L there. But matchup saying it's very difficult. I think we gotta play it, and bookies are moving that value even more. And I think she's at 1.5 on most sites. You can still get her on Underdog here, so make sure you guys check that out and get it in.
Yeah, and I've been watching a lot of Indiana stuff because I love Caitlin, and man, they are talking real bad about the coach, real bad about the front office, and Kelsey Mitchell's fallen into the real bad thing too. Like, people talking bad about her, like she didn't cheer for Caitlin after she hit that 3, and she's kind of on the side of the goody to the coach. So with all that being said, maybe she might just chill a little bit here in this game. I don't know. She'll either go one way or the other, but I don't want to see her dribble in circles, bro. I'm sick of it. She's annoying. So I can't wait to cheer for her under.
Sure.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Let Caitlin shoot.
And so let's say, for argument's sake, looking back to last season, you were looking at her metrics, and yes, this does look a little bit on the scarier side, but not a clearer picture. We had a lot of games without Caitlin Clark. Let's switch that over to games with Caitlin Clark, and this is lining up exactly with what we're seeing right now in the current season. I mean, there's almost no difference. 70% here, 69%. Hey, yucka. It's exactly the same. Her volume is not the same, and I think it's something that, again, really just speaks to how many different players on this team are shooting threes right now. So the 3-point attempts are a little bit more on the generous side. Would love to have gotten her at 6.5. I don't know if I would necessarily mess with the 5.5, but I still think it is a good matchup. Atlanta played her really well last season, and I think for us, honestly, love this spot for her. Wouldn't be surprised to see her stay well under this, and we just haven't seen it a whole lot this season.
Love it. We hate you, Kelsey.
Love it.
We hate you, Kelsey. Yay!
All right, well, let's keep it going. We got Alyssa Thomas, 2 props for her next. I know we poked the bear with her under PRA last time, but I will say, at least for debatable purposes, she was coming off of 6 days of rest, so quite extended. That motor was ready to roll, and she had to put the team on her back in the second half there. But this game, I still think it is a great matchup scoring-wise for her in particular, her and Mac alike, for that matter. But 8.5 assists is a lot. I mean, she was super fortunate to get there in the last minute in this last game against Golden State. And the matchup against New York, no surprise there. They actually had a team effort shooting 3-pointers, was really good for them. So the conversions were pretty high. But, I mean, most of the season, hey, if we were a normal bettor and we had this line every single day of the week, if you bet it, you were looking great. I mean, 8 out of the 12 times she stayed under fairly easy. Something maybe just about Golden State, her getting there in both of those matchups, that could just be something to look out for. But Dallas, pretty good. I mean, they're not allowing anything crazy assist-wise. She had a really good performance against them last season, but Dallas was a completely different team. I love the spot for us, man. I mean, hey, if she gets there, she gets there. We're really looking at mostly Copper and Mac converting most of these assists. That 3-point shooting is going to be very difficult in this presence. I like it, man. I think this is a high line, and not only that, but they also had her first half at 5.5, which is something that, again, we like that little tax on there extra for the full game line. So for her, also, let's kind of digest a few things here as well. The first half in particular, I think we kind of liked even more with that tax. But let's go back here against this New York matchup on the 27. This is when McConney came back. So you can see there's definitely a hit that she took in this duration in the last 4 out of 5 games where her assist rating, not quite the same. Even the full game stuff, we saw that take a little bit of a hit. New York was able to get there in both matchups, but still saw it really struggle in the first half of both of those games. So this is Makani playing here, and I still think that assist rating for her and potential is going to continue to drag this down for AT. And this matchup, nothing extraordinary. The only way I think truly she gets us here is if Copper or Mac have just an absolutely spectacular first half. If that happens, it is what it is, but still, we've seen plenty of times where she just has to do a lot more shooting, take the team on her back, and if that happens, these are going to drop off because of that. So I like it. I think it's another good spot for us, and I will say also, there has not been a single player this season to go for 9 or more assists against Dallas. So, damn it, we're throwing the gauntlet down today. AT, you're going to have to show us. You walked away with a coin the other night, but you're going to have to show me.
Yeah, you're going to have to show us off that good game again. And I think she wasted all her energy in that second last game. She's going to have to go crazy to get this. 5 assists in the first half is a big deal. You look at her zones, her assist zones, where she usually gets her assists, and it's around the 3-point line. And Dallas isn't really having that. So I don't see it happening. It's betting it could happen. You never know. Like you said, if Copper hits a couple threes, he gets those 2 assists to start it off. Maybe, but love the bet. The payout is actually really good. 0.94x on Underdog is kind of crazy for 4.5 in the first half. So Makani's in. She's handling the ball more than ever. Don't see why it won't hit, just like the others, man. I mean, they're all the same. They feel all the same. Feel really good. 1 unit each, nothing more, but let's get it, man.
And just a couple of random comments to see that we had under AT's defensive rebounds. That one I was actually looking at, and I know we were looking at her assist under, but also a little shout out to, I think the RA deserves maybe a bit of chatter here. I would love her at 16 and a half, but she's been staying well under that, mostly with the assist and, recent rebounding flaws. I don't even know what's going on with that. But did look fairly good the last 2 games. But we know Dallas not really giving up that many rebounds to opposing centers right now. That one's pretty interesting. I don't mind the defensive rebound one. It definitely looks a lot better, I think, on the surface than what it is. 6 is a pretty good line, though. But I did peep that one earlier. I'm not mad at that. Either one of those, I think, is totally live for us today. And we had one about Makani's fantasy. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Kenny was just saying he said that after that, he said the 8 assists under. Is that okay for AT now that it's down to 8 for the full?
Yeah, I think 8 is still definitely in play. You could hit the push with that. So do not pay attention to the percentage here because it doesn't necessarily factor in the 3 push games that she had. She could push, but again, I still would be surprised if she gets 9 assists tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot for her. She hasn't been doing it this season. I feel like that the team has just kind of given up. They showed me wrong last game. They got up for Golden State. But, again, Dallas got their ass whooped last game. They might come in mad. Dallas could blow them out, to be honest. I mean, any team could blow any team out in WNBA, but we always have that on our side with these unders. So we got it. We got a lot on our side, man. So bingo, let's get it, man.
Absolutely. All right, let's keep going. We got our last play for today. Talk about Carlton. Falashi, I think that one's just pretty straightforward. 3.5 rebounds coming off of a 12 rebound performance. It is an alt on Underdog for a pretty solid payout right now. And I do like her full game 4.5 line as well. So you can get that on Prizepicks and everywhere else. But let's talk about Bridget under her first half PRA. And there might be a bit of a question. I know we saw one about her full game PRA. The only reason we haven't posted something for her full game props yet is we are still waiting on news as far as Carla, if she's going to play tonight. Because if she doesn't play, that is going to make props under for Carlton a lot more sweaty, possibly than we want to, kind of fire off shots in the dark with. But this first half line was really appealing. I was quite surprised to see that Underdog had her at 10.5, especially with Prizepicks had her at 9.5 already. Let's see, did that move down yet? Nope. So this still is here, 10.5, a real good value. I don't mind the one on Prizepicks either. Truthfully, there's no difference in the hit rating between the two, so I don't think that that matters much here. But a couple of things for her, and honestly something for this team too. Her and Carla, the same situation. These two players are not 100%. They have not been 100% for the last 2 weeks now, and it clearly shows, especially with Carlton. Her shooting with that back right now, something is really, really messed up. I don't know if it's still strained or if she's just having an ongoing issue, but her back is not the same, and it's affected her three-point shooting a lot in the stretch of the season. Not only that, but now we got to factor in the Barker effect. You know, her moving in the starting lineup, I didn't really think was going to be that much of an impact to the offense, but she's doing a lot. I mean, she's getting a lot of RA for this team, and we've even seen some flashes of her field goal attempts upside. But the playmaking, you know, she's had consistent assists in many games now, and also the rebounding from her too, fairly solid. So it feels kind of like we have just another Carlton out there to begin with, and for us, I think mostly we're just sweating her rebounds here. That's really the only biggest upside that she's had in her three-point shooting, but everything else a little bit more difficult for her. But that first half production for her has just been so bad, and it's mostly coming at what I kind of wish that we had talked about Carla a little bit more yesterday, but it's mostly just coming off of Carla and especially her first quarter production. Now, this was at 2.5 points, and I really wish her first quarter line was still at 2.5, but you can see all this damage that Carla is doing in the first half of the season right now is mostly in the first quarter, but still in the first half. So all the production is coming from here, all the field goal attempts, and more recently, a little bit in the last 2 games now, in the last 4 games for Meg beating in the starters. She's going up against her former team tonight, so there could be some attempts taken away there. But Barker in the last 2 games alone taking away a lot of RA and a lot of minutes on the court. So I think for Carlton, man, it's something that, especially seeing her minutes go down the last 2 games because they were competitive games. Let's keep that in mind. She wasn't in foul trouble. There's nothing wrong. It's just something I think now coach might start taking a wider net and playing a few more of these bench players. And if that's going to happen, I mean, she wasn't really even a sweat when she was playing 16 and 17 minutes. I mean, so if we're talking somewhere in the range of 13 or 11 to 13 minutes, I mean, that's only going to make us feel better about it. I think this is a solid play. It is a first half line, but one that she has not been performing on. And I think Jackie is going to go out and give her the business today. And I will love this even more if we get news that Carla plays and Carter plays on the other side, especially because Vegas, a little lackluster on some defensive aspects, but having Carter back would help us out a lot because we would have for sure great defender at all times out there in the small forward position.
Yeah, man. I love taking her under here. The only thing that's going to get us is if she hits a couple threes. You know, the bookies got it at 2.5, so they are realizing that Vegas does give up a lot of threes. So that could be the way she gets us, but I will take that any day of the week, especially she hasn't got close to that in the last 6-7 games. I know she was injured too. And ever since the injury, she really has been playing less minutes and just shooting less in general. So I think we got a lot of things going for us on this one. And I love cheering against her because she does nothing half the time. I love that.
Yeah.
She just stands there.
Oh, I know you had kind of brought this up late because a few books did make a move on it, but I will also shout out her under 2.5 3-point made. Yes, a little bit on the scarier side, but I still think something's up with her back right now, and that volume coming down a little bit more recently too. I missed 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. I like the PRA better because, like I said, she does nothing. Half the time, she does absolutely nothing. Sometimes she gets lucky rebounds. She used to get rebounds. I remember we used to take her over rebounds, but not lately. I mean, she could. Again, I always like to say it at the end. It is betting, you never know, but it makes sense right now. You know, with more than a game, you know, there's a lot of games here that we've looked at that make sense. It's not just 1 game, 2 games. We got the odds on our side today. Like, bookies can throw out lines. The problem with that is they have to put lines out for every single player. They don't have time. They don't do this analysis on every play like that. They have models and stuff like that. They'll do little things, but not in WNBA, bro. This isn't NBA. They'll leave some lines for us, so we'll just catch the value, put it in, pause, take the money.
Yep. All right, well, let's go ahead and hop into some questions, comments, all that good stuff from you guys. Hear what y'all have to say and think about, and we'll roll through that. We got a little bit of news. Looks like Fag Bentley might be back tomorrow for Toronto. I'm staring at you, Sably. You might be an under.
Yeah, against Washington. How's Kiki doing, man? I know she got hurt last game. I haven't seen anything since. Have you?
Oh, yeah, that too. So she's still questionable. Fag Bentley's probable, and then Sably actually is questionable herself. So we could see her sit in Fag Bentley play. I don't know if Sophie is out. I missed that earlier right when we hopped on.
Okay.
Yeah. But Kiki is still questionable. That one, I would not be surprised to see Kiki sit, because that was a pretty nasty spill she had this last game.
You seen when they did the little conspiracy or whatever, when Sophie posted that thing and said she made up her own play to end that game and threw it to Caitlin? You see that?
Yeah, man, it's all whatever stuff. What happened happened.
Hey, now she's just suddenly out. Interesting. Anyways, Fear Nothing said, how are you not going with Baby Reese again? He loves himself some Baby Reese. He loves Plum and Reese. I wonder what he's watching the game for.
Yeah, man. I mean, Reese is not a bad play. If we were really looking at her, I think the double-double you could probably take for another spin here. But just keep in mind, I mean, Washington is still pretty good. They're going to have JJ back off of a little extra rest, so likely going to see a fair amount of action against her. The rebounding is not the best matchup or thing that I would likely target here. New York is, bottom 5 in both points in the paints, rebound, all that good stuff. They do give up a reasonable amount of offensive rebounds. So, I mean, I think Reese is definitely live to do that. I got this feeling today. I don't know what it is. I woke up this morning. I'm feeling some first half trouble out of her this morning. We haven't seen it in a long time. She's been pretty good about it, but if JJ and Stewie are getting active, man, it would not shock me to see her in some early first half foul trouble.
Yeah.
But I like her. I mean, it's Reese. Her lines are pretty appropriate. I will say, I believe New York has not allowed 12 or more rebounds to anybody this season. So full game props for that might be a bit of a stretch. But yeah, I mean, the double-double at least should still be live for this.
You made a good point with JJ too, and I can see that happening. Someone said in here they don't think Reese can handle JJ. And that plays into exactly what we're saying here. I could totally see that happening. So just something to think about when you're taking overs, man. That foul trouble is nothing nice. When that happens, your heart just sinks, Now you can't even get back to it. You got to go crazy in the second half to help me. So to segue for that, man, Andre Simon, our favorite under guy. What's up, man?
Yo.
He said, you know what it is? Unders, baby. E and U, let's go. Money time. Yeah, no, man. We know unders. He's been rocking with us for a few years talking unders. So let's keep it going. It's working. Aspri Decor is back. He says Reese 8 rebounds is kind of free. We'll see.
Yeah.
Right, Nut?
You could run that alt line, sure.
Right, Nut.
I mean, I have no idea what that payout might look like, but sure.
Shout out Big Starfall. He says, and he has a couple interesting ones I was noticing here. He says, how do we feel about Diggins under 12.5 field goal attempts? I like this being a blowout. And he also says a little later, I found something golden on Diggins. Never mind on that field goal attempts. He likes the fantasy points, I believe. Yes. Under 29.55 fantasy is money, he says.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier in the chats too. I don't remember if I mentioned her as an over and under, but I did see that there was a line difference between the two sites. Where was it at? Yeah, she's 29.5 on Underdog, but she was 27.5 on Prizepicks earlier.
Wow.
So that one, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a difference there, and I would not be surprised.
I like that.
Only thing I would say is we're only sweating her assists tonight, man. It's whatever this looks like. We know Clark turns the ball over. We know there's going to be some potentials for a steal out of that. Kelsey Mitchell, not so much necessarily, but she could definitely pick up a steal or two off of Clark just by herself. I do love the assist downside. I think that is a great spot for her. Rebound downside as well. Indiana's been really great about both of those. The only upside that she truly has is two things. One, the steals, and two, her free throw attempts. This is a great free throw spot. Unfortunately, Indiana continues to foul. They are second most in free throw attempts per game right now. And I mean, last season, it could look a lot like this. Granted, she didn't exactly score overall a lot against them. So, I mean, there is, I think, a lot of wiggle room in that aspect, but mostly just their free throws. Please do not send her to the free throw line until tonight. I think we'll be all right, man. That one definitely caught my eye earlier too, though.
Now, if you're worried about the steals, that's one thing. It seems like that's baked into the number, though, because her PRA is, 23.5? So they're giving us some leeway there. I feel like Starfall, what's up? 24 and a half?
I was going to say it's 22 and a half.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, they're giving a lot of respect to her with that fantasy score. So Caitlin can throw her the ball 2 times, and we're still probably okay. That's going to be a fun game to watch. I cannot wait. I'm getting my popcorn ready. Caitlin against, I know Skylar hates her some Caitlin, so it's always fun. And we got, what's her name? Sheldon, too, right? Remember that whole thing last year with Sophie knocking Sheldon to the ground? Put it in the intro. So we'll see how they match up, man. It's going to be a fun one. Plus, off that Caitlin game winner and all that chatter, I cannot wait to see it. So I love it, man. I want to cheer against Skylar all the way. We shall see. We shall see. She's still good, man. But it's pretty high. I don't know. I'm with it, though. Asprit, of course, says top 3 teams are Atlanta, New York, and Minnesota? ? I'd say you got to throw in Vegas. Golden State's in there a little bit. Heaton 4 says, what's good, gentlemen? What's good, Heaton 4? He says, you liking any Jonquel overs? I personally think Reese can't fuck with Jonquel. That's where I saw it. He says, he doesn't think Reese can fuck with her, which we'll see. It's going to be fun. There's lots of good matchups today.
JJ's kind of fun. Her fantasy is a bit on the lower side. She could easily pick up several blocks against Reese on the other side there. I was also looking at her under 1.5 3-point made. I did mean to bring that up to you last night, but we know Atlanta, their MO is not allowing 3-point shooting, and good chance Reese will probably be her defender if I had to guess. But yeah, this one felt a little high there.
People scared of that 4 and that 3.
I don't know how she got there against them last season, but this season she's just not taking many attempts. I mean, her overall volume a little spiky here and there, mostly that being our concern more than anything. But conversion rate's still pretty low.
Why did she miss last game? Do you know? Was it an injury or just rest or what?
I have no idea, man. It pissed me off. I know that.
Yeah, messed up one of our props on the other side, but I digress. Fear Nothing says, I only got 12.5 for Johannes. Do you still like that 12.5 PA? I know we got 13.5 under PA for her. 12.5, would you still take a stab or pass?
Yeah, I'd still probably mess with it. I mean, we're essentially just playing it as a point prop. If she gets 1 or 2 assists, then it's whatever. But mostly it's just as an extra tax to the point prop itself.
All right. Bennett says, how do you feel about Paige 1.5 3-point made?
It is a little bit inflated because, this last game, was it last game or the game before where she popped off from a couple threes? Yeah, it was this last game. It's an appropriate line. I mean, we have seen her take a fair amount of 3-point attempts this season. I would still maybe even consider taking that attempts because this is something that for the most part, she's hitting the attempts with the threes made. It's a low number. It's a great matchup. I will say total transparency on personal slips. I did play Paige, Fudd, and Arike, all their 1.5 threes line because this is a matchup to do it. Phoenix is bleeding threes out of their eyeballs. So real good chance 2 of these players get there and wouldn't be surprised to see all 3 of them. But it's a 3-point prop, so keep that in mind too.
Does make sense. Jeremy says, how do you guys feel about Makani Fantasy?
Yeah. With Paige too, I will say real fast side note, her 24.5 PA and 23.5 on some sites was still pretty low too. Makani's kind of fun, man. She's been playing some good minutes, shooting the ball a lot more recently. We talked about her playmaking and potential assists taken away from AT's overall usage rating. But this just kind of circles back to the same thing that we've seen from this team just in general. It's been bad from mostly an offensive perspective. So for her, been kind of a bright spot coming back with the team. Many games, all but one with double-digit scoring or more. That was against New York too, so got to give her a little bit of the benefit of the doubt for having a better performance. But she's been a real bright spot for the team. I like the RA is a little bit taxed. I will say I think they bumped up the assists. Yeah, the assists they won't move it down to 2.5 because that might be a little bit too generous. But she's nice, man. She's doing a lot more for the team than I expected, and the minutes especially have looked really solid the last 3 games now. That one I did not mind. If I was a man playing overs, this would definitely be on the radar.
Yeah, she balled last game. She looked really good. She hit threes and everything. Don't know if that's going to happen again, but yeah. Alrighty.
Give me those steals again, too. That's been something that's really been there for her, all these steals.
These overs are hurting my heart. Simon, speaking of, Andre Simon, Underking says, Shepard 1.5 free throws, lock it up. Lock, 3 lock emojis, he says, and he must be talking about it over. I don't know. Somebody must have hijacked his YouTube account to write that, but what do you think about Shepard 1.5 free throws?
Now, I will say on this slate, we have 5 out of the 5 out of the 8 available teams are all bottom in free throws allowed. So just kind of keep that in the back of your head tonight. I do think it is an extremely low sweat for her. She could easily pick up a free throw or a set of free throw attempts against Mac down low. Against AT might be a little bit more, question mark there. But, I mean, we saw AT this last game get into a little bit of foul trouble too. So I don't mind it. It's a low sweat. Wouldn't be surprised to see her get there. She was also, real fast that we're talking about her, she was another player that had a line difference between the 2 sites. Where you at, Shepard? Underdog had her at, wow, did they bump her up? 34.5? What does Prizepicks have you at now? Because that was not even close. Okay, so Prizepicks bumped her up from earlier. I was about to say, that line was quite a difference earlier. But her lines are really high, man. I mean, I would not be surprised to see her go under this fantasy. That is really high.
Under. Oh my gosh. AT is going to slap her. The thing is, she's been overachieving, man. She's been balling. I can't even hate on her, but I do want to go under, but I'm not going to. She showed us this year, man. She's shown me a lot, I must admit.
She's been good, and I mean, it's scary to mess with the minutes because we've seen extended time if the game goes there or any normal night. I mean, she's going to be out there for 30 minutes.
Yep, it's as you say, tempting, but I'm going to have to pass. But yes, it is high. Mid-range Bully says, how do we feel about Jonquel and Brianna Stewart unders?
They're in a good spot. I think JJ might have a little bit better matchup down low, but Stewie absolutely cooked Atlanta last year. I will say a little bit of pause there because she's been looking more active lately too. I would like it even more if we got news that Sabley was starting because that is going to happen at some point or another. But Stewie probably the more scary of the two because her ceiling capacity is way higher. Either she's staying way under, not even coming close, or she's going to crush this. Did they take her fantasy down? Am I tripping? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this was also another one that kind of stood out too. That's a pretty appropriate line, 36.5. She was 38 and some change on Underdog too. Yeah, we're 38.55. So we're getting a little discount on Prizepicks. Just be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, Stewie's scary, man. We took her under a few times. It did work out, but the last few games, she's back. I think she got Player of the Week or something last week. So a little scared of her, I must say. Nowadays, ZB Miami says SDA bumped down to 3.5 on Hard Rock. Would you still take it? We probably would pass, right? No.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I think I would pivot to the 7.5 RA under if you miss the 4.5, or if you don't have the 4 flat on Prizepicks.
Loyalty Chisel says, just hopped on late. What's the recap so far, if you don't mind? It's right there on the screen, sir. I don't know if you want to run through it super fast, or you can just leave the screen up. I think that's fine. We've been talking through them for a minute. Let's see. Fear Nothing says 3.5 for SDA again. Starfall's talking about Diggins. Okay, here's a different one. I think you kind of brought it up, but what do you feel about Astier's PRA under? Now that you can't take her assists, I know you were saying maybe her RA at 7.5, but what about her PRA? Too scary?
No, I mean, the PRA is definitely still alive. Honestly, I'm not even that mad at her fantasy, too. She's a low block steal getter, but also comes with a fair amount of turnovers. What do they still have her at? Let's see.
You got your homie Amor on the board now, too.
Georgia. Georgia.
Yeah, 3.5 assists, though. They don't want us to do that.
Talk about that. Oh, is she at 3.5?
She's at 3.5. Yeah.
It's Toronto. You know what Toronto does. Who's it
Don't
talking about? You got me
don't
over
even
here
try it.
confused. All right. Yeah. So this was another one that kind of stood out too. Prizepicks has SDA at 21.5, and Underdog has her at 19.05. So a nice little discount there. I think honestly the fantasy is pretty appealing too, man. I mean, she's not getting the minutes like she was, so that late game stuff hasn't been quite the same. Again, RA downside is what we're looking at here mostly. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my facts together because I remember this one being pretty appealing. Yeah, I mean, you see the hard fall off since teammates started coming back. I mean, that's a big difference. Yeah, probably the fantasy or the RA, either one of those.
Okay. Making a difference says, what do you think about Gray under assists? I don't know if it's Chelsea or Alicia, because I did see Alicia Gray at 2.5 on some sites, which is quite high for her. I was just a little scared. She kicks it to good old Ryan Howard and gets a few lucky assists. But either or, are you on any of those or leaving them both alone?
I'm assuming he's talking about Chelsea Gray, so we'll just kind of look at this here real fast. She's been really getting it. It is an appealing matchup. We know Toronto and Portland 1 and 2 for assists allowed. Her there's a couple of things that really have been a positive for her, and I don't know if this is just because Carter has been out, but Chelsea's playing some hella minutes right now, man. I mean, blowout, close game, like none of that stuff has mattered. She's just out there playing 31 minutes plus every single night. So the minutes aspect for her has been really solid, and I do like her getting a little bit of that fourth quarter or garbage time run. I would love this even more if we had Carter playing tonight, because that'll just give us another outlet. But matchup's great. Just one, does the game stay close? Is there any concern for her sitting early? And then two, do we get Carter playing or not?
He said under assist, by the way.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking out loud, like what would happen. It's a higher line, no doubt, but it's a great matchup. So just kind of know that.
Yeah, that's a little scary. Asprey Decor says, sometimes the players just don't perform. Shamit from the Knicks didn't hit a single 3, let alone shoot the ball last game. Hey, that's when you take overs, man. It starts to hurt. Let's see. He said, I take it back. He shot actually once and missed. Yes, it's terrible. AJ says, would you take Carlton full game under PRA? I bet it already. We talked about that. Just Cash said,
real
that
fast.
was...
Hold on. Since we were talking about that already too with her. Another thing I did see, Underdog has her at 23 and some change on her fantasy.
That's
Prizepicks
crazy.
has her at 26. So this one really stood out to me.
Can we take that? Her under fantasy on Prizepicks? 26 sounds really high. She does nothing. Does she get steals? You must. It's at 26.
Yeah, she gets a few steals, but I mean, still, it's for her. It's gonna be a stretch to get a little bit of that. The difference between the two is kind of nice, though. So I mean, we can take the first half under like we do on Underdog, and then we can play the fantasy and on Prizepicks.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's high. Okay. Heat and Force says, would you pair or would you single Boston and Jonquel double-double?
Probably single, because we were getting really good odds for Boston's double-double yesterday, but it probably changed a little bit overnight with the rebounds moving.
Yeah, always single those ones, man, because I think, you're getting plus money on both of them. You might as well, one of them hits and you're feeling good with some profit. JR says, you guys... What's up? Sorry.
Always straight bet. If you can ever straight bet something, always straight bet.
Yep. JR says, you guys like Makani over fantasy? Line has been moving since yesterday. I know you talked about that a little bit, and you did kind of like that. If you were going to bet overs today, you don't hate that. Kenny says, Alyssa Thomas under 6 defensive rebounds.
Yeah, we answered those two for you guys earlier. I did like both of them, honestly. AT may be a little bit scarier just from what we saw this last game, but she's still staying well under that. And we also were looking at her RA under as a possibility as well.
All right. Khadijah says, Wheeler sold my 4-leg parlay, cost me $123 off $20 last leg SMH. It's probably, I'm going to guess, an assist play because she did nothing. Hey.
Nothing.
Try to straight bet if you can, or 2 pickers on underdog. It is the easier way to profit in the long run. It sucks sitting there waiting for that 4th leg, and then it hits you. It just hurts more than it needs to. Barker says, Coach DFS is here. What's up, man? He says, Barker, PA looks good. Now, Barker did good last game. They were talking her up. She had a good first half, and then she did nothing in the second half. What do you think she's going to do today?
That's hard to say, man, because, I mean, it mostly just, I think, depends on if Carla plays or not. If Carla is out, I would have quite a bit of interest in her. Not the easiest matchup per se, but she did get a little bit more free reign in the last couple games. I don't know what happened in the last time because we played her and she did absolutely nothing through 3 quarters, but I got to at least give her the benefit of the doubt being back at home. That could be, a better line for her.
Carissa says, Billings under 5.5 points, plus 133. Woo, that's scary. Scary, especially with Cunningham out now, right? A little scary.
Yeah, with Sophie being... Oh, for sure, because, I mean, they could go with a somewhat smaller lineup here and not have to use Billing quite as much. There is a good chance, though, that Billings could easily pick up, somewhere in the range of 4 to 6 minutes, give or take, because they're going to have to break down about 20 minutes from Sophie between her, Hines Allen. Lexi Hole probably sees a few extra minutes today, too, for that matter. I don't think it's a bad line. Not an easier matchup, per se. Stevens has been pretty solid on defense. I got to give her flowers there, and she's going to have a little bit of size on Billings, too. But low volume, really low volume from Billings. That's a full game prop? Man, yeah. That is a sweat. Yeah. I would honestly...
That's why it's plus 133. It's the payout. 133 is. But what were you gonna say?
Her first half line was like 2.5 points. Like, man, I don't know if I would have the stomach to sweat that out, but still, whew, that's a low line. I mean, hey, she's definitely been underperforming, so I wouldn't fault you there.
Just those minutes with her, man. Sometimes they give her minutes, sometimes they don't. I don't think it has any rhyme or reason for matchups or anything, but I haven't figured that one out. I don't know. I
still can't explain these 35 minutes here.
Yeah, especially with Cunningham out, especially with the coach they have, especially all the talk they've been doing with Indiana. I do not know. I have no clue what they're going to do. I just hope Kelsey stays under 3-pointers made. Alrighty, Kenny says Paige 3-pointers made. We know we talked about that already. And give or take, flip a coin. Kenny says Astier under 3s. Must be 1.5. I don't know about her 3s. What do you think?
I mean, honestly, any of the 1.5 lines or any of the 3-point props besides Stewie's 0.5, I wouldn't mess with that. They're all live for this matchup. SCA, nothing too crazy volume-wise. I mean, she's actually been extremely low. Is she was it 1.5 or is it 0.5?
I'm sure it's 1.5.
Yeah, if it's 1.5, I'd probably let that one go. It's a little bit on the sweatier side, but I mean, the volume has been extremely low, so it would not surprise me. I'm just not the personal biggest fan of sweating nerfy props like this because they can just crack off a random one at the buzzard.
Yeah, you're not getting a big advantage, at least for the way I like to do stuff. I want the whole game to play out. I want the value to play out, the chances, the percentage of what's going on here. So when you're doing anything, 1.5 or 0.5, that's just, might as well flip a coin. I mean, sometimes it works, but not my favorite way to go. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, guys, we're at 132 watching, which is actually our record. So just wanted to shout that out. Appreciate you. And
Insane.
and check this out, E. This is what's so awesome. So we said, good luck 25 likes, good luck 50 likes. And now that we have more people here, we were like, good luck for 69 likes, guys. And guess what we're at? We're at 68. So whoever hits that next like button, hey, hit that 69th like. Whoever's out there who hasn't hit the like yet, hit that like. Good luck for you, hopefully, today. And good luck for everyone here, too. We appreciate you guys 100%. Check Angel Reese rebounds. Oh, someone hit the 69th like. That's what's up. Whoever you are, good luck to you today. AJ says her points and rebounds under look good. Talking about Reese.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was looking at her PRA last night, too. It was, 27, 28 and a half. Oh, it's still 29 and a half on Fanatics. That's awesome. It's a little murky because she's had a few more positive matchups in the mix. You know, Connecticut's a really good one. Chicago's a good one. She did overperform in the Washington matchup, so that was a pleasant surprise to see. A tough spot for her. I mean, it is a tough spot overall. I don't want to look at last year too much because this is a completely different team for her, and usage rating overall for her is going to be quite different with Atlanta. It's a tough spot. Again, I would not be surprised. There's something in my gut that tells me today she's going to be in some early first half foul trouble.
And I just want to shout you guys out again. I said, can you hit the like at 69? You guys shot 12 likes to us and then shot 145 people in here. So you guys have more power than you believe. When you hit the like, it really helps us out. Thank you very much. We love it. We're happy to get some more people around here to figure out some strategies with us and put all our minds together and whoop the bookies together. So glad you're here. Appreciate you. What do you guys think about Skylar under assists? Now, we talked about Skylar under fantasy. We talked about Skylar. What was the other thing? Oh, we're passing on her. We had her under assists and under RA last time. Said Cal says, what do you think about her under RA today? And then Computer Error says, what do you think about her under assists?
Yeah, I would honestly love to have that 5.5 line one more time. I mean, that's where they take down the RA marker from. I mean, it is a tough spot assist-wise. It's one of the worst and something that we always pick on. So I would not be surprised to see her stay under. I think I was just kind of at a crossroad between trying to decide over her or her for Cloud. Because, I mean, they're giving us both of the same line today. And at least with Cloud, I think maybe she has an overall – just, you know, that's all she's going to do is just try and set the offense and play make. Whereas Skylar, she can shoot the ball, she can create and yada yada. But Cloud's still coming off the bench, seeing somewhat of a minutes limit. I don't know. It kind of got me on the fence about it. I love the spot for it. I love the RA downside for both of them here. 4.5 is low. It is low. She's going to start making at some point sooner or later.
Yeah, that's same with me, man. I was like, I want to, but it's just they're tempting us to go under. She's stayed under so many times in a row now. We've taken advantage. She's made us so much money on her under assists lately and her under RA. But now the bookies have adjusted. It's time to just not chase, you know, the opposite way. A lot of people chase overs when players are hot, you know, but on this other side of it, when we're doing unders, same idea. Even if it looked good for the past 5 games, we know who she is. She can get 5 assists in a flurry. She can get a few lucky rebounds. So I think we just stay away and wait, and we hope that she goes over today. We hope she gets 6 assists somehow or 7 and put it back at 5.5 and give us the under next time. We played a long game. We got plenty of time to put in money and find plays. We don't need to rush it. That's just my way of looking at it. Sean Buchanan says, how do you feel about Barker over 1.5 threes at plus money?
Yeah, I mean, same thing again with her. Like it more if late is out, but for Barker, mixed bag shooter. I mean, she does get a nice volume in between from the floor, the free throw line, and from 3. I don't know if I trust it necessarily, but she has been shooting at a really productive rate. The volume could be somewhat better, but maybe just some of that had to do with her coming off the bench. She's fine, honestly. I mean, I still think her lines are very low. Maybe that's just more so for the matchup, but good assist upside from her. I like those potentials the last couple games. Very capable rebounder. The threes, I think, are a fine prop, but you might be kind of selling yourself short a little bit in that aspect. What's the payout for that even? Just out of curiosity. Let's see. Oh, that's right. It was plus money, so it's 1.06 on here. I mean, the booking is kind of maybe onto that already. It's a good spot for 3-point shooting, I will say, but is that volume going to be there?
Alrighty. SDA under first half PRA.
Yeah, we talked about that. We like it.
Jez Bell says Boston rebounds over. Everyone's on that today, and yes, it makes sense. We got the alt at 6.5 rebounds on underdogs still there. That feels almost, I mean, you never say lock, but that feels really good. Tommy says I grabbed McConaughey's fantasy at 19.5 last night. There you go, getting the value. Carissa says underrated, over or under 3.5 blunts to the face. I don't smoke blunts as much as I used to, so I'm gonna go with the under, but I'll beat it in joints. We'll be rolling fat joints all day long. Heat and Force says Billings 2.5 points over first half. Billings 2.5 points over first half. Man, those are those plays. You just, oh my God, Billings, don't shoot. Oh, the end one. Oh, your life's over. It's so quick. Scares me personally.
I mean, it's slow. Hey, maybe this is the game with Sophie being out that she could pick up a couple, an extra shot here, a couple minutes there. But yeah, her volume has just been unbelievably low this season. I mean, it's something by far. We've seen Clark in her first quarter performance more so, but the first half, I mean, she's a distant at least number 4, probably number 5 on the team, and we'll look at least just kind of put it in perspective what her average as of recent has been. It's just the volume more so than anything is just so low. If she gets her free throws, she'll probably go over that. But if she's just chilling and goes out for that first rotation, a lot of the times they don't really have any plays by design for her. And this WNBA site gets slower every time I use it, I swear. All right, what we're looking at, all right, Miss Billings here. So first half, we are averaging 3.7 points. So that's kind of nice. And 3 rebounds. But the minutes mostly a little concerning, only playing 11 minutes. That's something that could be subject to change tonight, so a little bit of a gray area there. But for the most part, they just run such a deep rotation. I mean, you see all these different players here. Sophie, 11 minutes, her 11 minutes. And then Dantas might pick up a few more extra minutes, and Hines Allen as well. Wouldn't be shocked to see that. But it's a low line. I mean, it's definitely a low line.
Deck Sports says Nalissa Smith PR over. This is a thing. Nalissa Smith, man, she's actually puts up numbers quietly. She's been pretty consistent. I do want to figure her out, but I haven't yet. What's up with her, man?
Well, that I think also we got to take it with a bit of a grain of salt because of Carter being out the last couple games now too. She has played well. I will say also mostly just the rebounding upside for her has been spectacular, which is crazy too because Asia, she's been really crushing the glass the last several games now too herself. But Smith, just shooting super efficient. She's going out and doing Smith things. I mean, we saw a lot of this last season. I don't think it's anything too crazy to think, she is a very capable player because we got to remember she was the number 1 draft pick for Indiana way back when too. So there was talent in this player at some point that people saw and finding herself a nice place here with this team. So minutes may be subject to change. I don't know if I necessarily trust her to go out and play 28, 29 minutes every single night, but she'll give you a good 26, 27 minutes or so. This matchup, though, I will say could bolster them to play a little bit more of a smaller lineup. Portland, especially on the other side, would not be shocked to see them go small. So Smith could lose out on a few minutes in that aspect, especially if Carter is back today. Mostly I'd be looking out for news on that, though. Smith's been good, though. She's been good. No doubt about that.
Yes. Kev's here. What's up, bro? Kevin Thomas 2945 says any combo props popping out, and he's making me mad and sad because we had 2 pretty decent ones last night and they're both bumped. So we didn't post them. We fell asleep like losers. Yeah. We were just too tired from live betting and talking basketball for days straight now, and we saw this play right here, Angel Reese and Johannes, but it was 24.5 last night, and we didn't post it. So.
Yep, that was unfortunate. Honestly, though, I'm still not that mad at it. I'd be shocked if they go over this combo. That one, I think, was worth a look, and they had a 3-point prop that was taken down, so we can't really can't really show you guys that one.
It was Chelsea and who was it? Chelsea and Bridget? I think it was Chelsea.
Yeah, Carlton.
Right. They had that at 4 flat. That'd have been nice. Oh well. We'll keep looking. Hopefully they don't put those props up at 1 a.m. again until we'll actually have the energy to think it through. Kenny says I like AT, and this is cool. Listen to this one. Kenny says I like AT under RA at 16 on Prizepicks, 15.5 on Underdog. So get a little value on Prizepicks with 16 RA. What do you think?
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I didn't even see that did they have that up earlier when we were taking a look at it?
I never saw it. I never saw it, but any little value with RA unders always feels good. And we know, I mean, she is AT. She can totally get there, but tough spot. She hasn't been getting there this year. She did go crazy last game and only went over it by 1. I do not hate that. I mean, we're already on her under assists with 2 units, so to go more is kind of scary, but I do like it, and I probably will play that, to be honest now. Maybe not official, but I like it a lot. That's awesome.
No, that's a sharp play. Good call. Good call.
Bro, she needs 17 to beat you? I mean, I like it. Let's see. Chelsea Gray over. Chelsea Gray has been balling. Chelsea Gray over 11.5 first half PRA Heat and Forces. What do you think about that? Chelsea's always a scary one for me personally. I don't know, man. She's just up and down. She's been doing it though. She has. Yeah, most of her production again coming in that first half, and in the fourth quarter more so. But again, let's also keep in mind now Carter's been out for the last 4 games, essentially missed the last 3 games, and then she was out, got injured in the game before that. So this could be a little bit more inflated from that. If we were to remove that, what is this overall total looking like? And does that make us happy? I do think it is, yes, a great spot for her. I wouldn't be surprised to see her just racking up the RA like she has been. Also, side note, 10.5 RA for her is pretty generous. Prizepicks got her at 11, so needing 12 for a win there is quite a bit difference. But yeah, mostly the RA aspect though. If Carter is out again, I think this is a totally acceptable play. You just gotta keep shooting the ball, because you can see this first quarter production. This is all Asia, this is all Jackie. She does not take many shots, so you really need that second quarter for her to come through. It makes sense. Alicia Gray under points, Dex Sports says. I haven't talked about Alicia Gray much lately. I would have said yes at the 18.5 line that it was yesterday. 17.5 is really pushing it. A couple good things and a couple negatives. So the biggest negative for her is the free throw attempts. New York does not give up many free throws at all. So she will see a downside in that aspect, but there is mega upside for her 3-point shooting. And it's not like she's not a low volume shooter. She's taken a fair amount all season long already. But that might just push her to take in more attempts than usual. So mostly you're just sweating that out. If she goes out and rattles off 3 to 4 threes, you might be toast. But tough matchup. They played her really well last season. Dante Davenport says, what about Asia Wilson over or under on RA? He's looking at 13.5. Yeah, so that is a bump. She did open at 12.5 and was there for a while. I don't mind it. I mean, I think it is a fair play. I might be a little bit more tempted to say, like, just play the straight up rebounds by itself. I know she got us with the assist, and a large part of me really just wants to go right back to her under assist for this game because you look at a lot of the players, similar situations for her. They just do not play make like that. Portland does not allow typical playmaking like that. 3.5 is a pretty high number. Let's play it for fun. Hey, at least so we said it here. Would not be surprised to see Asia just have 3 assists tonight. But I do like the rebounding for her. I think that's totally fine. She's been crushing the glass lately. Yeah, she has. She did nothing at the beginning of the season. I was like, what's going on with Asia? And she said this. To Dermes 743 says, I was like number 69. Let's go. Ooh, let's go. Kev says, Paige over first half points. Big Paige. Is Big Paige going to come back after that last game of getting ass whooped? They need to. They definitely need to.
I think it's a totally fine play. I was looking at her overs, FUD under 6.5 points. That was a little taxed up compared to her full game line. And then Arike is Arike. She'll show up to work when she shows up. Never know with her. But yeah, I mean, Paige is fine. It's a great spot for her.
Joanne Sanders says Skylar is garbage. She always sells my bet slips. LOL. Yeah. She's up and down, man. Got to go under on her a lot of times, and it'll work out, I think. Going over on Skylar's tough. Kev says Boston first half fantasy. Ooh, Boston today. Man, come on, Indiana. Come on, Indiana. I can't wait to watch it. We only got 30 minutes till game time. Boston first half fantasy. What you think?
It's a solid play. She's looked a lot better, mostly with the minutes coming back off. Just stay out of foul trouble. That again is the only thing I think we're really sweating here. Rebound rating should be great for her. Block potential, and we've seen a little bit of the assist and playmaking too. So stay out of foul trouble, and we'll be all right. Real fast side news: if you guys were again a part of the Discord community, shout out to Big DZ. Went absolutely nuclear. I see an entire page of slips posted here for our opening day in the World Cup. But oh my goodness, make sure you guys, if you're not in there, you're missing out on all kinds of stuff. We woke up to some more MPB action as well. I mean, my goodness, how many sports are we playing in here right now and hitting on?
I don't know. We're on a hot streak, man. It's fun, I must admit. Let's see what we got next. I was gonna say too on Boston, man, her offensive fouls are crazy. She better not punch people in the stomach. That's all I'm saying. If you don't punch people in the stomach, we'll be all right today. Kryptonian Nolan says CC under 4.5 boards. Underboards against Chicago E. I don't know. What say you?
I mean, it's a fair line. I am kind of surprised they moved her. Well, I'm assuming probably not Prizepicks. I can't imagine they moved her back up to 4.5. But it's this is a rebounding spot. I mean, if there's a place for her to get rebounds, this would definitely be the game. So guys, just be a little careful.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, sorry to cut you, man, but we're at 155 watching. This is our record by a long shot today, and I am at least very happily surprised, and I'm stoked, and all of that. And it's on a great day of 4 games, so I cannot wait. Fear Nothing says Angel Reese 3 assists, Boston 7 rebounds, Lockett plus 110. Fear Nothing, you said Angel Reese 3 assists and then said Lockett later in that sentence. I don't know what you're smoking, bro, but give me some of it, man. Yeah, what do you think, E? That's my response.
Yeah, I mean, it is Reese, and she has been playmaking more, so I will say that. Again, best way to attack New York is from the 3-point shot, so it would make a lot of sense for her to be kicking it out to open shooters. Just no foul trouble, no shenanigans, and go out and do your usual stuff that we've seen this season, and I think she'll be all right. She'll be all right.
7 potentials. She has 0 potentials game before that, 4 the game before that. Fear Nothing! You definitely fear nothing! The quiz says Copper over 25 points. I only mess with Fear Nothing because I know him. Copper over 25 points. What do you think about that?
This would be the matchup to do it. She operates a lot more in that mid-range and under the paint action. Just out of curiosity, what is the payout for that? Let's see, is a 7.5. Wow.
What? Hey, that's pretty crazy.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I hate plays like that personally, but that looks like a good one. Not that I want to play it, but yeah.
I don't even mind that the 19.5 either for her to score 20 or more. I can totally see her getting that.
The quiz says Saturday, AT is getting a triple-double when it drops tomorrow as well. Triple-double, he says, incoming. Him and Kev must have been talking. Tommy says, AT burned me the other day. I was smashing under PRA and remembered how to play and then she remembered how to play basketball. Right. Bro, we were right with you. We thought we had won it at halftime. We're like, man, there's no way she's getting 20-something PRA. And little did we know, she channeled her old prime AT and came out and whooped our ass. Heat and forces Boston over 7 points first half? Question mark.
It's a low line. I probably lean a little bit more into the fantasy or the PRA. So don't sleep on the rebounding upside. And speaking of rebounding, if you guys played any of the defensive rebound stuff, it did just bump. So it's at 6 flat now.
Okie doke. Khadijah Pierce has a good one. Azare over 4.5 rebounds. She's been hitting that 5.5 real easily. What do you think about today against Indiana?
Yeah. A couple books did open her up at 4.5 early. I mean, it's the same thing with her. Just you're paying for the minutes. We haven't seen that leash really kind of let up from coach. I mean, she's staying right around that low 20 marker. With Hawkes being back too, that is kind of unfortunate, but she's still playing really solid interior presence. I mean, she's had several great rebounding games. The field goal volume came back down like we expected, so no surprise there. But yeah, just give me some minutes. Just don't play under 20 minutes, and I think she's very live to go out and get 4 or 5 rebounds, no problem. If she plays even more minutes, then all of her props are going to be super low.
Yep. I don't hate that one. Kev says, got a pair for the Asia Taco on parlay play, or do we wait for live? I would say wait for live because personally, man, those live plays, one play usually is a smacker, and you can just, if you have another one in the queue, you know how it goes. We've been hitting those easy. I would say wait because you probably got enough of everything else in, I'm sure. Would you agree?
Yeah, two potential blowouts tonight to work with as well.
Okay. To Dermes 743 says Gustafson over 7.5 field goal attempts.
It's low. They put it right back to basically the same line from this last game, and I think there's a little bit to be said about the narrative, her going up against her former team and what have you. But it's her going up against Asia, so just keep that in the back of your head too. Will she shoot it? Sure. Is it going to be 8 times? Man, I hope so.
That boy Q Ray says Cloud Fantasy score 21.5. What do you think about Cloud Fantasy?
I would, I don't mind it, honestly. It's just her first half stuff. She was another one that I was looking at earlier for an under. She just doesn't do anything in the first half, man. She's doing so much at the end of the game, and especially in the fourth quarter, more so than anything. Her, this right here is just really what's hurting her production all season long, though. It's this first half stuff. I know she turned up at the end in the Atlanta matchup. She hit a couple buckets to rattle it off right there before the end of the half. I mean, she had 7 points, and she had I don't think she even had any points going into the final 5 minutes or something like that in the second quarter. But very difficult, I think, for her. Again, just the woes mostly from scoring. Her RA looked pretty solid. Line is a little bit higher than per usual. I don't know if I could play her overs today. Can she get a bunch of steals off of Clark? Yes, absolutely. Will this game be close? And will she play almost 30 minutes again? That I'm not sure about.
Dan Don Business, love the name, says, you think Copper has a good game tonight? He's talking to someone else in the chat, but do you think Copper has a good game tonight?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a great spot for her scoring wise. Free throws, not so much. 3 points, not so much. But the drives and that mid-range action will have her chances. She's just got to convert. That's the only thing holding her back. It's just that conversion rate.
Alrighty, Reese double-double. We've talked about Reese a lot. She balled out last game. Everyone's back on her. What do you think about her double-double?
It's a play. I worry low-key that she gets in some foul trouble.
Trevor says Caitlin Clark over 4.5 rebounds. And I just want to say this real quick. We're at 95 likes, guys. We've never in our history of life got to 100 likes live. So 5 more. If you guys can, that would be amazing and tremendous. Caitlin Clark over 4.5 rebounds. E.
I would not be surprised to see her get that today. Honestly, this is the matchup to do it. She's not quite the high volume rebounder, but she is a capable one at that.
Okay. 3 times says how much is the Discord? The Discord is $25 a month, I believe. 7 days free. For the first 7 days, you can pop in for free. Just check it out, and you can leave if you don't like it. No money charged. No big deal. Don't even care. We're happy to see you, and just you can ask questions with us all 24/7. And we just got 100 likes, baby. Let's go. This is the first time I've been this happy. Before I was just faking it. Now I'm real happy. 100 likes. What? 100 likes.
Insane.
What?
Milestone here from the Gil's eyes.
Bro, 100 I'm about to roll the baddest joint you've ever seen. 3 times says how much the Discord, back to that. We do have a full WNBA season discount. It's at $100, but I know we're about a month in, so we can change that real soon. If you guys want a discount, you can DM me or E and in the Discord. Give you a little discount on the full season one as well, since we're already a month in. Khadijah Pierce says, is JJ Points a go? Don't know if you touched on her. I'll leave that alone. The touched on her part. Okay.
I mean, it's a good spot. I mean, both of these are Atlanta, is giving up more production inside the paint. They are fifth, sixth most. So just ahead of middle of the pack as far as points allowed in the paint. They don't give up that many free throws and 3 points. I mean, I know JJ's not shooting that many threes anyways, but free throws could be a little bit harder to come by. She's really low. I mean, her lines are extremely low still. I don't know about her today. I get the feeling that Stewie does a lot more damage scoring-wise today. Can JJ get 14 points or so? Yes, I think it's definitely possible. She is at least coming off of a fully rested schedule. Having that extra day off, it should be pretty huge for her.
Stand on business. I got it. Keys. Got it. Keys. Got it. Locked in memory. Asia 20 points, 3 assists. What do you think? 23.
Sure.
Okay. And Alicia Gray, 24.5 PRA under. Alicia Gray under. Scary.
Yeah, it's a little scary. I mean, it's definitely a favorable line. Normally, she's been somewhere in the range of 26 and some change. I know last year, anytime she was at 24.5, she would be a strong consideration for an over. Mostly with her, again, you're just sweating what does that 3-point volume look like. And if the bend don't break, free throw attempts, New York holds their own. She's not getting all those free throws. Should see the metrics down. But if she's picking up some fouls, gets a few extra free throws there, then, you might be sweating that. It is a good play, though. I don't mind that.
Dex says 100 likes, man. Y'all deserve it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That is awesome. We appreciate it very much. That boy Q Ray says, do you have a play of the day?
Well, it was Boston. I mean, honestly, I think I'm still pretty high on Boston. Anything rebound related today. PR, rebounds, fantasy, all that good stuff. Boston is definitely our superstar.
Don't get in foul trouble, Boston. Pull back those punches on the offense. Van Negro Jones, what's up, bro? He says, greetings, guys. Congrats on the 100. What's your prop you feel best playing tonight? It is the Boston play? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, Boston. I mean, if we're looking at a lot of stuff that is still on the board value-wise, Boston, you can still get some exposure to her. Flage popped up on Underdog and grabbed that. Bridget, I believe her first half is still also on Underdog, so scoop that up. And then I'd like to say it's the first half, man. I still think that one's a good one.
That's what I was going to say, man. Those 2 first half plays on Underdog feel good. Fear Nothing said, I just talked to Prop. Finally, joining the Discord later. Oh, snap. Fear Nothing. He's back, folks. That boy Q Ray says Clark under 7.5 threes attempted. Ooh, a Caitlin Clark under 3-point attempts. Man, oh man, you're scaring me with that one. What would you do?
You thought I was crazy last night. I mean, remember initially I brought up looking at Clark under points because 19.5 is still, right on up there for her.
I just can't do it. I love her too much. I won't do it. Yeah. I'll watch you guys do it and cheer for you, but nope. Not doing it.
If she wasn't at home, that's the only thing for me. If she wasn't at home, I'd be all over this matchup, no problem. But her home court advantage, heat check is a little bit higher, consistent. She'll take a few more threes than per normal, but it is a tough matchup. I mean, Chicago, again, their wing presence has been outstanding. So for her, she could see a little bit of a struggle there.
Man, I cannot wait. 20 minutes to go. Caitlin's about to bust you, Sky. All right, David Robbins says, how do you join the Discord? I put the links in the description here, so if you just click down underneath where you can like the video, and look at the description, it will show you the link to the Discord, and also the WAP is where you pay. Either one will get you where you need to be. Free 7 days, come chill, leave if you don't like it. All good. And we are done. We made it. Let's go.
Perfect. All right. We had extra long stream today, but showing the love and appreciate the support as always. We had so many today, milestones, personal records for us alike. So thank you guys again so much. Seriously, it means the world to us, and we love seeing everybody getting involved with it too. But with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. We will be back tomorrow for the last stream of the weekday. Make sure to check out the Discord down below, all that good stuff. Good luck, fam, on all your bets tonight. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow, all right? Peace.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! Fuck you, Prizepicks!
But I've had enough.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! Y'all are scared, man. I hate a no. Fuck you, Prizepicks! My whole clique,